Spike, how do you feel about launching the career of so many?
It feels
I
great.
mean, so many actors, dude.
Here's the thing, though. I would be remiss. I would not been doing my job with the little crack in the door that happened if I didn't bring people with me.
Right.
And a lot of times people focus on in front of the camera, but there are a whole lot of people working today behind the camera that came up through 40 Acres. But at the same time, I'm proud to say, Do the Right Thing was Rosie Perez's first film.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Lawrence's first film. Robin Harris's first film. Jungle Fever was Queen Latifah's first film. It was Halle Berry's first film. Clock was Mekhi Phifer's first film. So historically, we always have earmarked, if you might use that word, couple roles to find somebody that's a talent, but no one knows about, and God willing, and they execute, and I direct them correctly, they'll use that as a platform and blow the fuck up.
So, difficult question. Who's your proudest discovery? Like, out of all the actors that you, I don't want to say birthed, but gave that assistance to, man?
Well, I tell you, when Halle Berry won her Academy Award, she did acknowledge me.
Right.
And here's a funny story. You know Halle is fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this character in Jungle Fever, the character's name is Vivian, the $2 crack hoe.
Mm-hmm. And she was down with Sam Jackson, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Sam wasn't even a part of this because when she's auditioning, Sam was not there. Sam already has his part.
Right.
And I kept looking at her. I said, you know what? I don't believe you. You're too fine
to play a crackhead.
To play a $2 crack hoe. Right. So the third time, I tell her every time, she said, okay. So the third time she came back, and I didn't even recognize her when she walked in. And that's when she got the part. And I know I might be biased.
Because she's fine.
No, but even though she won the Academy Award,
right.
I don't think for me, in my opinion, that's the best she's ever been in her career.
Right.
And she's a very fine actress. But that role, what she did, and Sam Jackson as a gator, in Jungle Fever, especially at the Taj Mahal scene, we have Stevie Wonder's Living for the City, and Gator's Flipper, played by Wesley, trying to find his brother in that Taj Mahal, that hell of a hole crack den. Woo!
Crazy.
Yeah.
Things have changed.
And that was the height. That Jungle Fever was done at the height of the crack epidemic.
Right. Have you watched Breaking Bad?
Yeah, I like it.
What do you think of the achievement that Giancarlo?
Oh, Giancarlo. I mean, Giancarlo was big brother of Mike T.
Yes.
School days, played Bugging Out and Do the Right Thing. When my man John Savage stepped on his new Jordans.
The new Jordans, the 4s, right? It was the 4s, right?
It was the 4s.
And John Savage had on his green number 33 Larry Bird t-shirt.
With the bicycle?
And, people forget, though. John was in Jungle Fever as Bugging Out. The scene where the great Lonette McKee, Sparkle, is throwing his shit out the window. Bugging Out's right next to him is a homeless person. People never saw that. But great act. I'm very happy for John.
Yeah, man. I was just watching him from the beginning, associated with your films to now, man. That shit was awesome, B.
He's a legendary character. I mean, he even made streetwear. You know how many people made tees off of Bugging Out?
Yeah.
Tons.
Now, when are we going to see another buddy flick with you and Denzel, man?
Well, it's really, we got to find the right project. For us, it's not about, we got to work together. It's like, we got to work together when it's right. And we're looking for the fifth one. Number 1, Mo Better Blues.
Yes.
Number 2, Malcolm X. Number 3, He Got Game. Jake Shuttlesworth.
Yes.
And number 4, Inside Man. So we're looking for number 5.
Right. Now, let's switch things up a little bit, man. Things are very politically charged right now. Things are very racially charged again, What are your thoughts on the whole George Zimmerman trial, acquittal and aftermath and the whole
I hope that the Feds step in and there's another trial.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a precedent for this where somebody goes and the Feds say, hold up, buddy. Not so fast.
Right.
Hold up. So, God willing, this will be the case.
Now, I know on social media you've been very active, particularly on Twitter.
Right.
And I know last year there was an incident where you were one of the people that was, I guess, tweeting the alleged...
Retweeting.
Retweeting the alleged address for George Zimmerman.
Right.
Why were you doing that, man?
What
was your intention of doing that?
It was, I was just so mad.
Right.
I was just so mad.
You was in Mookie mode. You was in Mookie mode.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't, I mean, here's the question. People ask me why Mookie threw the garbage can through the window.
That's so self-evident. I still can't believe why people are asking that question.
I could go out, we're in the corner of 49th and 6th. I could walk outside now and someone come and tell me that.
Right.
And then we made that film back in 1989.
Right.
Mookie threw the garbage can through the window because he saw his best friend Ray Raheem strangled to death in the infamous Michael Stewart chokehold
yes.
by NYPD. And look, I've apologized to the family. So,
how did you feel when you realized though it wasn't their address, dude?
Well, it was not a good feeling.
Right. Like, was you like, shit, I fucked up? Like, how did you feel? Like,
it was not a good day.
Right.
It wasn't a good day.
Right. Okay.
wasn't a good couple of days.
It was a good couple of weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But anyway, what do you think about? You're not averse to controversy. What do you think about this little beef going on between quote unquote beef between Jay-Z and Harry Belafonte? Harry saying that a lot of performers today.
You got to explain to me. I'm not.
Okay, so about a year ago, Harry Belafonte basically said that he was basically calling out artists that were financially well off and financially successful about not really being at the forefront of any movements to support their people. And the two people that he called out was Jay-Z and Beyonce. And he said, I'd rather ride with...
Oh, he called out the husband and wife?
He called out the husband and wife. And he actually even endorsed Bruce Springsteen as somebody that fights for causes.
Mm-hmm.
So Jay-Z, a year later, drops Magna Carta Holy Grail, and he addresses the issue. And
what did he say in the song?
Well, he calls out Harry Belafonte. He's like, you really don't know what I do behind the scenes. I don't have to grandstand and the whole nine. But he said something in a recent interview with Elliot Wilson.
Jay-Z did?
Jay-Z did. Where he said the comment was kind of, and I don't want to say it was taken out of context. So he's like, yo, my presence enough is charity. Because my presence, just like President Obama, we inspire people. We show people that you can make a change in your life.
So what are you asking me?
I'm asking you, what are your thoughts?
Former co-owner of the Brooklyn Nets?
Former, exactly.
Here's the thing, and this is something that I've come to realize, with my so-called beef with Tyler Perry, which is non-existent. As a people, we're always going to have different ideologies. We had it way back when between W. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington. Marcus Garvey had his detractors, and people are going to do what they feel is right. And that's really all I have to say. Harry has his point. Hova has his point. And sometimes it's unfortunate that when we do this, but I don't always think that it's bad to have us as people disagreeing
in public.
Right. Why? I mean, here's the thing though. We do stuff in sports. I mean, back in the day, if you were a jazz musician and your shit was weak, they say, yo, man, you need the woodshed. It's not derogatory. It's meant in a good spirit, like, yo, you need to come with it.
Constructive criticism.
Right.
And my comments about Tyler Perry was never about his business savvy. It was about some of his imagery.
Right.
I was not hating. And you're going to have African Americans are not in lockstep. We are a very diverse
We're not
people.
a monolithic people.
We're not a monolithic people.
Right.
We don't look alike. We don't talk alike.
We don't eat alike.
We don't eat alike.
We don't think alike.
We don't think alike. And so to think that there is one ideology that's going to encompass everybody who we are is impossible.
Right.
And so therefore, you're going to have these so-called blow-ups between people who think differently.
Right. Another question, man. Have you seen Django yet?
Nope.
You still refuse to see it?
Can't do it.
What are your issues with Tarantino? I know you've
My ancestors were slaves.
Right.
That's all I got to say about that.
So you feel basically feel that
my ancestors
were slaves. Right. Meaning what though, man?
My ancestors built this country.
Yeah, of course. Our ancestors.
Yeah, our ancestors. Yes. But we say our, but I just can't do it.
Right.
Can't do it.
So something that moves you beyond words?
I can't and I won't.
Okay.
All right. And another thing I like to say,
right.
I never discouraged, I never said people go out and boycott that.
Right.
I just said I can't do it.
Right.
And everybody's free to do what they want to do. I couldn't do it.
What do you feel about the evolution or the common usage right now of the word nigga? And how many people feel comfortable using it right now, not just black people?
I know. It's a powerful word. It's
probably the most powerful word in the American language.
But it's still a hurtful word. Right. And I've never, ever believed that the more you use it, the less power you take away from that word. I've had characters in my films say that because people speak like that.
Do you use the word?
Rarely.
Right.
But here's the thing, though. I'm not going to have a scene where the word is used 100 times in a 2-minute scene.
Right.
That's just ridiculous.
It's gratuitous.
It's gratuitous.
Right.
It's gratuitous. What are you trying to say? Every other word does not have to be the N-word.